Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. All right, next up we've got Dustin the Hanyak Jacoby versus Bruno Lopes. And I gotta say, this is one of those classic experienced sniper versus hungry hammer matchups. You ever see a guy at a cookout patiently flipping burgers next to someone yelling, "Let's do shots"? Yeah, that's this fight. Let's dive in. First up, Dustin Jacoby, coming in as a -180 favorite with a record of 20-9 and a fight resume that looks like the career mode of EA Sports UFC. He's been around the block so many times his GPS just says, "You know the way." Dustin is a former Glory kickboxer, which basically means he did hard time in the striking version of the Thunderdome. He's got a quick jab, crispy straight punches, and a right hand that's been known to reboot careers, or end them, depending on which side of the punch you're on. His most recent example? Vitor Petrino learned the hard way that you don't blink in the pocket with Jacoby unless you want to wake up doing post-fight interviews with Joe Rogan and no memory of round one. Now Dustin is 8-6 in the UFC, which sounds average on paper, but let's be honest, the dude's had some super tough matchups. He's gone 2-3 in his last 5, so momentum's not exactly on his side, but he's still dangerous. Think of him as a microwave burrito. Might look cold in the middle, but bite in wrong and it'll ruin your week. He does mix in some wrestling here and there, but it's mostly just to keep you honest. His takedowns come in about as often as a solar eclipse, and usually go about as far. But he's hard to hold down and pretty slick in the clinch. He's got that veteran, "I'm not gonna let you look cool in here" energy. Striking is where he shines though, especially at range. He uses his jab like a fencer and sets up his right hand like a guy trying to win knockout of the night just to pay off his grill. Now on the other side we've got Bruno Lopes rolling in as a +155 underdog with a record of 14-1 and the kind of regional dominance that makes you go, "Wait, how haven't I heard of this dude?" Bruno's coming off a 3-fight win streak, and while he's not as battle-tested as Jacoby, the guy is well-rounded. He's like a Swiss Army knife, except instead of a corkscrew and nail file, he's got good hands, solid takedowns, and surprisingly good dirty boxing. He's got 6 knockouts and 5 subs, so he's clearly not a guy who's planning to split decision his way to UFC gold. He's coming in to get you out of there one way or another, but let's talk about that one loss to Brenson Ribeiro. Yeah, that one hasn't aged great. Kind of like milk in a sauna, but we move on. Where Bruno shines is top pressure. If he gets on top, it's like trying to move a couch off your chest while being punched in the face. He stays active, he hunts finishes, and he's not afraid to drag you into deep waters, whether on the mat or on the feet. His combinations are clean, and he throws with intent, not just to score points, but to ruin your week. His only real flaw? He can be a little too patient. Like, just missed the bus, but it's fine, I'll wait for the next one kind of patient. That could cost him against someone who's sniping with accuracy like Jacoby. So, who wins? If Dustin keeps this at range and starts popping the jab like a Pez dispenser, he could cruise to a decision or possibly find a home for that KO punch he keeps in his back pocket. He's cleaner, sharper, and more experienced, especially against top-tier opposition. But Bruno might just be the chaos agent Dustin didn't ask for. If Bruno decides to push the pace, pressure Jacoby, mix in the clinch, and make it ugly, he can absolutely win this fight. The dude is a finisher with cardio, and if he can avoid eating the big right hand early, he might just wear Jacoby down. Official pick, Bruno Lopes by decision. Low confidence pick because both guys are capable, and there's a universe where Jacoby sparks him like a plug in a puddle. But I think Bruno will push the pace, land more total offense, and score enough control time to sway the judges. Just don't blink, because one clean shot either way, and it's lights out in Twitter memes before you know it. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.